Hello, it's Rachel, and today I'm going to show you a fairy house I made out of a bottle of tequila. It's a great bottle shape, and I made it for a friend, and then wasn't going to film it or anything. In fact, I didn't film a lot of it, but I've got pictures, and I just think it turned out super cute. So I'm going to show you my tequila fairy house. Here's my cat. His name's Minion. This is his before picture here. And this appears to be his impersonation of a cat worm. I use Super Sculpey Clay for the forms on the fairy house. And as you can tell by the label, it is T-Rex approved, which is very important. It is also soft until you bake it, so you can keep working with it. When you do bake it, the instructions are 275 degrees Fahrenheit for 15 minutes. That's for anything about 1/4 of an inch thick. And you can work in layers. You can bake and sculpt, which is great, comes in handy. Sometimes helpful to make sure the layers stick together is a product called Bake and Bond, which is a liquid clay, basically, like a glue. For these leaf or petal shapes, I just tear off little bits of clay, and they're pretty naturally leaf shaped anyways. So I just kind of pinch them, manipulate them, give them a little twist to turn. You can layer them on top of each other quite easily. And then this is a tool. Sculpting tools are available on Amazon and any craft store. This is just a pokey, as I call it. Draw a little center, maybe some little on the side. It's not behaving too well, but you get the idea. You end up with something like this. This second petal, I think looks like a coffee bean. It's as simple as can be. You just roll a little ball, kind of make it an oval actually. Give it a squish. That was kind of big, but same tool. I personally just drew a line for the center. 4 of those with something in the middle, and you've got a different kind of flower. The berry, I won't do it on camera, but this one's already baked. You see it's got a circle, big circle on the bottom, little circle stuck on top. This is a different pokey with a little ball on the end. They come in all different sizes of the balls on the end. Poke, 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 poke. And you get something that looks kind of like a berry. I also, for berries, made a different group, just a lot of kind of little flat discs bunched together. And again, this is not going to want to stick to this paper. This is tracing paper. But, oh, kitty wants out. Something like that. Now for these vines, I did a couple of different kinds. You take and roll a long little strip of clay, a little round one. This is what they call a snake of clay. And You just kind of twist it into whatever vine shape that you want. That really looks like a snake. Sometimes if you put a little texture, a little line in it, it comes out interesting. The thing is, with all these drawings, these etchings, I guess, they don't show up now, or even when it's baked, but when it's painted, that makes a difference with contrast. This little vine I use for the more woody vines. I just made a longer snake of clay. You take it, you twist it end to end, then you give it a twist like this, like a cinnamon twist in a donut shop or a croissant. But you make your vine, and it is helpful. I'm going to cast a shadow no matter what I do, to make little indents the same direction as the twist. That just increases the look of a wood grain. So something kind of like this weird little worm right here. Vines and vines everywhere. Moss, I'm not gonna do. It's so easy. You just take a mound. This particular tool, there you go, is a multi-pokey. That's the official name, multi-pokey. Poke, 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 poke. And when it's painted, it really does look like moss. Here's some of it right here. Impression, easy as can be. You just take your clay surface. It doesn't have to be a circle, it can be anything. In this case, my impression maker is a button with a cool pattern. Squish it just like a stamp. Come on, don't stick. This came out great. And where I use these in this particular house, somewhere, was here. See the contrast with some black paint in the grooves. To me, these look like pea pots. I think they're pretty cool. Now, this one, IOD Mould. IOD stands for Iron Orchid Designs, and they're a great company. I can't remember if this is their Trimmings 1 or 2 mold, but I picked this one. This time you make kind of a fat snake. Quarantine 15 snake. Press it in there. It doesn't stick to the silicone, this particular clay, so you just peel it up, and then you've got this great pattern, which in this project I used for the door. As far as paints and brushes, I don't use anything particularly special. Everything but this Liquitex is a cheap $1 and maybe 50 cents each acrylic paint from the craft section of craft store. The craft section of a craft store. The craft paint section of a craft store. Here are our forms all baked up. Honestly, they did not stick to the glass without me hot gluing them on. I think when you're forming around a shaped glass, doing layer, bake, things just stick better. So full disclosure. And so I just simply mixed up acrylic paint and painted these. And oh, yuck, what's going on? I got all kinds of stuff on the outside. I did not color in the lines. That's okay. You can just, particularly on glass, can just scrape it off. I am not going to continue scraping this off because there's going to be a second layer, and I will show you that now. acrylic dries fast, so you probably only have to wait 15-20 minutes at the most. And the idea on the second layer is to bring out shadows and highlights. So shadows are where things recede, all the little crevices I drew, and the highlights are where things catch the light. They're the highest thing. So it's really simple as adding a darker color, watered down, into the crevices. And then just pat the excess with a paper towel or something like that. And then take a brush with paint almost wiped to dry. This is called dry brushing, in a lighter color to hit the highlights. I love it. You've got the mold from Iron Orchid Designs here. In the center there, I love this. This is crushed opal. I have a friend named Opal. I didn't crush you. I crushed another opal heartlessly. Going around, I really kind of like how this little section turned out, especially that bluish purplish flower. You got a window here. Hello. The sunflower with the crushed bottle cap, which I picked those up off parking lots like a heathen, and a cabochon, as my friend the craftsman says. So. Tequila bottle fairy house. I like it, and there's only one thing left to do. Fermented fairies, so good. Okay, I'm back. No adverse effects, just a little glitter. Glitter, glitter, glitter. I'm just kidding. I didn't really drink a fairy. No fairies were harmed in the making of this fairy house. So, thank you for watching. I hope you liked it. I hope it was informative and fun. And I'll be back with more making videos in the future. Thanks very much. Bye-bye.